Hello and welcome to today's video. I'd like to thank Solbio for actually supporting this channel. And Solbio is a completely natural toilet fluid. It can be also used in the waste tank. It's environmentally friendly as it's made from completely natural ingredients. So if you'd like to know more about this product, there'll be more at the end of the current video, and there will be links below. Thank you. Hello and welcome from Caravan Salon Dusseldorf 2021-2022 range of motorhomes here. And this company is called Randger, which presumably is owned by Trigano. And I think it's an alternative to Karman Mobil. Can't quite understand the idea, but never mind. I might come back to that in this video. I'll come back in future videos. But this is my favorite campervan layout. It mightn't be the same for everybody, but this is the one I like the best. 548 centimeters in length, and it says it's got high living comfort and high sleeping comfort. It's got an extra large kitchen, and it's got an extra large wet room. And so with the size taken care of, we'll get now onto the price. The price shown for this model, 66,510, and it's got 4 sleeping places, and it's on a 3.5 ton basis. It doesn't say what the payload would be, but it's going to I think be quite a lot. In fact, I can't see this being anywhere near 3 tons empty. So good. Right, well, I mentioned it was my favorite layout. The bed's up there. You can make this thing here as well into a bed, so it can sleep 4. This is always unfortunate when you've got this situation of being able to make beds extra, because the chairs are always unpleasant to sit in. And if you really want to make a bed out of it, well, I understand it's necessary. I think it'd been better off going for a better seating arrangement than a extra bed. That's just my opinion. Maybe they sell more if they can pack people in them, and of course there are people or couples who don't want to sleep in the same bed. Anyway, coming in, we have down here under the chair storage, pipes at the back for heating. Down here you can get some storage as well, and this thing here also slides out under the false floor. Not a lot of space, but it's better than nothing. Table will also come out if you wanted it to be out whilst the car is in motion. So the vehicle is in motion. Seats, captain seats will turn round. Pouches under the bed. Look at this enormous kitchen here. 548 centimeters in length. Heating, you've got your electric control here, not turned on at the moment. The lighting that I've got in here is coming from external source. It's done differently during trade fairs, and the reason for that is I think first of all to make sure that the battery doesn't run out, which makes sense. If you're trying to sell something, you don't want the battery to stop working. Kitchen has this fridge, which is exactly the same as the one I've got in my van, except this one's clean, and not too bad on the storage front. So I think it's fair to say, actually, in all honesty, at 548 centimeters, this is what I would call a tiny van. Because, yeah, it's under 560, so that, I think that's about the borderline, in my opinion. I don't accept the idea of these vans under 5 meters as being usually sort of it doesn't have this, if it doesn't have a toilet and it doesn't have a way of having a shower, then as far as I'm concerned, for me, it's not a lot of good. Now I'd like to turn the light on in here, but I can't. And this is one of the problems of coming in this time of day. Here we have the ladder, which will allow you to get up into the bed, but I shall now demonstrate this. You've got all this space in here as well. Wardrobe. And now I shall put the ladder back in place, and we shall see the start point of the show. Here, this is the bit that's going to be shown in the advertisement for this video. Right, there's the bed. There is the thing that makes the bed come down. The keys, incidentally, this is a secret, so don't tell anybody, and certainly don't mention them that you heard it here. But all these keys are exactly the same. So anyway, so now we'll make this come down. You watching? Pretty good, eh? Look how much space there is there. You've got windows at either side. Now it's true it does get a bit stuffy, and it's true it would be nice to have a extra skylight up there, but all the same, this is pretty good. It's 160 kilos maximum. Now I do appreciate that for many people, many couples, that might be a bit touch and go. Under here, you can see you've got the slats, and also we've got a net. The net is designed to stop you falling out, and it will catch on to these things here, these buckles. So you've got that. Now, next thing is, what's it like with the bed down? Well, here you can make the second bed. I'm not going to do it right now because I've only got 2 hands, one of which is needed for the camera, and so I need to do 2 hands to do that. Not only that, I'm not going to encourage people to make beds from this. I think this is a 2-person van, not a 4-person van, in my opinion. You imagine it's 4 in here, it would be a bit of a squash, but not too much of a squash. I mean, there's far worse vans than this one for having 4 people in here. There on, notice these cushions here, that is also to use to make the bed, using the table as well. Table's also pretty big, so you can see you're sitting in here right now. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see me. So there I am. I'm in this right now. I'm sort of more or less sitting upright, and still okay. I'm almost touching the top. There's not a huge amount of space, but there's a bit of space. And not only that, here it's soft, mind you. Here it's not soft, so bang your head on this. Well, I wouldn't feel it that much, maybe. It's softish, so there's a bit of flex in it. I really like this type of van, but this is my personal choice. Not everybody thinks the same. And somebody once sort of said, why is it always got to be about you? Well, you see, because I'm doing it, you know. I can't sort of say something like, well, the Queen would like this. I don't know what the Queen likes. She doesn't tell me everything. So anyway, she just normally comes out to my place, goes out in the van, takes the dog for a walk, and then goes back to Buckingham Palace. So we don't really have these long conversations. I'm trying now to say the points which are important for me, and they may not be for everybody. If everybody wanted the same thing, then everybody would have the same van. Okay, let's now go right at the back. In fact, I'm going to leave it on me so you can sort of see how I'm making my way back to the end of the van. So you've got back to the end of the van now, and also demonstrate how high the roof is. Can you see that? No, you can't. There you are. There's my hand. So you got what there? I don't know, 50 centimeters. No, maybe exaggerating a bit there. 45 maybe. something like that. Anyway, let's now around here like that. Be even better if I had more light, but the reason I haven't got the light is because they don't actually put the light on until this early in the morning. Anyway, so I'm pressing this, see, I'm pressing this, and now the thing is going to go up. Good, eh? Well, I find that, personally, I find that quite impressive anyway. I don't know if anybody else is going to find it impressive, but I think that's pretty good. Now, as part of my service to the motorhome community, or the camping community, I shall now take you around the rest of this stand and show you one or two other vehicles on it. For example, this one here. Now, Randger must be owned by Trigano, because every other company here is owned by Trigano. I haven't heard of Randger until 2 days ago. Mobilvetta design. Here we've got Forster. Here is Roller Team. There is Benimar. There is Challenger. There's Adria. And down the left and out of sight is EuraMobil. So this is all the Trigano brands which are here. So why is Randger doing this? Why is it in competition with Karman Mobil? I think, and this vehicle here, the R560 and particularly the R570, they appear to me just to be sort of the same as the Karman Mobil models. Now this is very approximately the same price. We're looking at similar price range, right around the €60,000 mark, something like that. Of course, these two are 4x4, and 4x4 tends to be a lot of cash. Now here, this one here, 560 with the rear, the widthwise bed, and okay, 68,000. Sorry, maybe it's a bit more for the 4x4. Here, the R570, also on a 4x4, diesel heating, 100% Ford, worldwide service, and it looks just the same as the Karman Mobil. You've got a little table there which comes out. Obviously, it's sort of not having a forward-facing bench saves a bit of space, and the bit of space is made available by having lengthwise beds. And I do appreciate that beds are not things which everybody can get into when they're widthwise, and not everybody wants a big table. I want a big table because I like to have, when I'm eating, I like to have things all around me, and also I like to have space when I'm doing my work, and I might eat and work at the same time. Computer out, and got hard disks and all sorts of other junk around me. Now, the flavour of the year for 2022 is the Ford Transit Custom, and it's a bit dark in here. Lights will load up, come on before long. But all these Ford Transit Customs, irrespective of whoever's done them, all look the same. This thing is 59,000. You see, you could get that really nice one instead. Much better option, in my opinion. And here we've got one which is another Ford Transit Custom. Does this look any different? It has a tent in the roof and it's locked, so we won't bother with that one. And here we have 540 centimeters R540, 59,000. See, I should say there's not much difference in the price. There's a bit of difference in the length, but not in the price. And gives you a look at a smaller van. You know, you might think all vans look the same, which is a lot of truth in that. But occasionally one comes up with something different, such as this front up here. Here, have a look in the tent and the roof. And even somebody complained. Actually, I mentioned the way the seats are for to make beds out of. But even when it's like this, the people say it's not particularly comfortable. If you want something that's really comfortable, then you need to buy something like a Carthago, and that costs a fortune. And good. Right. So what I didn't do though was to show you into the rear. I was so taken in by the van, this one, that I forgot the end bit. Anyway, so you can open the back up like this. So that's how the cassette come out here. I mean, it's not a lot of room to get the cassette out with, but you do, you know, additional storage there. Got your fuses there and there. So your fuse box are there. There's your fuses. Charger, batteries. Yeah, I do particularly like this van. So, thanks so much for watching. I think I might make this one of my favourite vans. Well, it certainly is my favourite camper van layout anyway. And so, all the best from Dusseldorf for Caravan Salon this year. And if you see anything you like, by the way, by the time this will go up, then the fair will probably be well and truly over. But if you see anything you like, you can always write it down, and I'll try and do it sometime in the future. Thanks for watching. This is the first time ever that I have accepted any support for promoting a product on YouTube. Now, I've been on YouTube now for 15 years, and I've been doing the Vanlife stuff for a number of years as well. The reason I haven't accepted support in the past is because I felt it had to be something which I really agreed with, and a product I knew. So I had to feel 100% about recommending it to others. This is Solbio, and this is a toilet additive. Now, what's the point of a toilet additive? Well, when you use the toilet, then it goes into a cassette, and you have to dump the cassette somewhere. Now, if you just urinate into it, then there should be no problem. But if you put any solids into it, then it makes it a bit more difficult. Now, one thing you can do is if you have constant diarrhea, then you may not need a toilet additive, because you should be able to dump it without any problems. For those of you who don't suffer from this problem, then one thing you might want to consider doing, in fact, one thing you're going to have to consider doing, is using a toilet additive. Now, there's two types. There's the blue stuff, which is manufactured by a number of companies, and it works pretty well. No problems there whatsoever with the way it works. Oh, there's the green stuff, which is ecologically based. Now, up until now, the green stuff didn't work as well as the blue stuff. But I think with Solbio, we're now seeing a comparative working rate. It works just as well. So it's ecological. What it's got inside are natural soaps, it's got natural citric acid, it's got essential oils and plant extracts, and that breaks down whatever it is that you're throwing into the toilet, or releasing into the toilet, I should say. And when you come to a dump station, you can just tip up your cassette and it all flows in nicely. Now, you may say, well, I have constant diarrhea, and so therefore I don't need something like that. Well, that may be the case, but one thing that this has got, it's got a rather pleasant fragrance to it as well. Now, I personally like the fragrance of the blue stuff, but I know I'm in a small minority on that one. One thing I noticed when I've been doing tests of really small vehicles, such as 5.5 metre ones above all, so as soon as you open the door, you have this fragrance, let's say, of the blue stuff sort of hits you. Now, with this one here, Solbio, it's got a more natural sort of smell. It's a bit like eucalyptus. I'm trying to find a good way of actually describing it, and the best thing I could think of, it's got these cough drops or these eucalyptus like sweets, and it's got this type of fragrance within the toilet anyway. And if you're in a small van, I bet it could fill up the small van. I haven't really noticed it sort of when I'm sitting here in this position, for example, but maybe I'm not using enough of it to actually notice. Next thing is it safe to use? Well, the thing with the blue stuff is there are good reasons to suggest that it may not be completely safe to use. I mean, it does break things down in a chemical manner. I mean, I'm not going to suggest it's dangerous or anything like that, but I don't think it is particularly good for the environment. If it comes into contact with plants or things of this nature, I mean, there's warnings that, I mean, if you get it in a fish tank or something like, I don't know why you want to put it in a fish tank, but if you put it in the fish tank, then the fish will die. So this, as it comes from natural things, you assume that it's okay. Now the blue stuff as well, I've noticed I always get it on my hands. And not only that, I mean, obviously I sort of miss the toilet as well. But sorry, I get it into the toilet bowl. I don't miss the toilet, I miss the sort of the hole where you open up for the toilet. And it sort of stains, and it takes a few flushes for it to actually go down. I don't know if that's bad or not, but it's with this stuff, it's almost translucent. Not quite, but almost. As is when you dump it out, which seems a bit odd the first time. You think, hang on just a minute, I'm sure I didn't just urinate in there. But that's the way it is. The manufacturers say it doesn't cause skin irritation. I have never experienced skin irritation from the blue stuff, but I have heard of people having this problem. And let's have another look at it, because here it comes in two. One's for marine use and the other's for motorhome use. Now it could be that mariners use the toilet or they eat something a bit more dodgy, or I don't know, but it's different. This contains 40 doses, and it's dosed via this thing down here, this little tap. Now I know there are people who are suspect of these taps. Now, I previously worked in the packaging industry, and indeed I used to give talks being an expert. I don't think I was much of an expert, but I do know a little bit about it. This technology is perfectly safe, I think, to use. It's not, I mean, it's often used in bag-in-the-box applications, and so you get wine or something. The wine's in a box, and it got this tap that sticks out, and you use it. In the company I used to work, where we produced blueberry juice, we used this technology, and I've never known the taps to go wrong in my direct experience. But when they first came out, I agree there was problems with them. I've heard of people saying they put something in the fridge, or they in the van, and something hit here. In theory, you're supposed to knock both ends down at this. Oh, sorry, pull them both up and press down at the same time to get it to work. So I mean, I do accept that these things can go wrong. Just as, I mean, if you don't close a bottle properly, everything will go out. But I make that part. Other than that, the bag may seem a little unsturdy because of the way it is. But I can tell it's made from recycled. It's green plastic. It's and I think it's quite safe. So there's some observations on this, and as far as I'm concerned, I really do think it is a good solution for you. Now, it costs roughly the same as the blue stuff. There isn't much difference. Now, I do appreciate that if there was a price difference, that might be a problem. Although I think if you're into motorhomes, then you've probably like living in harmony with nature, which is what I'm in it for, really. I think it's the call of nature, this contact with nature and all the rest of it. So I think that protecting nature is something that I would want to do. Whether or not I'm prepared to pay a premium, yes, maybe I'm prepared to pay a little bit of a premium for it, but in all honesty, between this one and the blue stuff, there's hardly any difference. Right, so if you find that of interest, there will be a link below. It's not an affiliate link, it just tells you where to get the stuff from. I'm not on any affiliate programs at all, deliberately, so nobody can accuse me of trying to promote something to get the affiliate link. But I do absolutely believe in this product. So, thanks very much for watching. I am currently at a place called Alexa Camping, or Camping Alexa, in northern Poland, and you may have heard some of the noises on the outside from the campsite, but I shall tell you more about that in another video. So, there you go. This is about Solbio. Thanks for watching.